back when I started in demand gen 10 years ago, I wish I would have had a resource like this.
Are you gonna make it happen today? Or will you just settle for another delay? Come on, you gotta make it happen now. Come on.
Hey, welcome to the introduction of Daily Demand Gen. I'm Devin Hennig, VP Demand Generation at Vendasta, and this is a show I'm extremely excited about. It is 100% daily strategies and tactics for marketers doing any kind of lead generation. We're going to mix in some mindset, some humor, but most importantly, actual blueprints and templates for you to execute these tactics ASAP. Now let's back up a second. Why am I doing this show? So I had to dig deep to answer that. And when I'm a little unsure about something, I usually turn to my idols. So in this case, I turned to Stephen King, believe it or not. Yes, Stephen King, master of horror. Stay with me, okay? So my favorite Stephen King book isn't a fiction book. It's his book on writing. I actually, no joke, have 2 copies right here. In fact, when I met him in Toronto, it's the one book I got him to sign. And at the start of On Writing, right up front, Stephen explains why he went through the process and all the trouble of writing a book about being an author in the first place. So this is going to be relevant. Let me just read a quick quote from that. Stephen says, "I didn't want to write something that would leave me feeling like a literary gas bag or a transcendental asshole. There are enough of those on the market already, thanks. But nobody ever asks about the language. Yet many of us care about the language in our own humble way and care passionately about the art and craft of telling stories." And when I went back and read that passage the other night, a big old light bulb went on. If you substitute the words telling stories with marketing in that quote, that's exactly how I feel. I don't just want to do another lead gen blog or another podcast or anything that would make me feel like another generic conference speaker or a phony course instructor. Like, I want to dig into the great work that's being done every day by the brilliant people in our industry and show you how it's being done so you can do it too. I want to talk about the craft and give you the tools. And then selfishly, I want to discover and experiment with new tactics too. I mean, like, I don't pretend to know everything about lead gen, so I'm documenting my journey and discoveries because, you know, like back when I started in demand gen 10 years ago, I wish I would have had a resource like this. And actually, by and large, there's still nothing out there specifically for demand gen leaders. Like, there's a lot for SEOs and content marketers and affiliate marketers and PR people, but nothing for heads of demand gen that shows them, you know what, how to budget, how to prioritize tactics, how to forecast, how to hire a team, how to negotiate their salary. So I'm going to share all of that with templates and swipe files so you can get the chops to run a high-performing demand gen team. And hey, hopefully we have some fun here too. That's actually one of my top priorities because so much of B2B content is drier than a camel's ass in a sandstorm. It's terrible. There have to be some laughs. Anyway, that's the gist of what Daily Demand Gen is and why I'm doing it. But let's wrap up with one more quote from Stephen King to really hammer it home. He says, and this perfectly matches what I'm trying to say in this introduction, quote, "What follows is an attempt to put down briefly and simply what I know about the craft now and how it's done. It's about the day job. It's about the language." If you're feeling good about this, subscribe to Daily Demand Gen, where I'll be talking about the craft every weekday. It would mean the world if you subscribe. That's Daily Demand Gen, both podcast and vlog, on Apple, Google Play, YouTube, all that good stuff. I'm Devin Hennig with Daily Demand Gen, and I'll catch you later.
Are you gonna make it happen today? Or will you just settle for another delay? Come on, you gotta make it happen now. Come on.